this is Phil in Florence. If you've been watching my channel, you know that in the last few weeks I did some modifications to my offset cooker back here. One of them is I installed a BBQ GURU, and the other one is I replaced the grates in the firebox and got that working good. I did do a test run a couple of weeks ago using the GURU with a couple of racks of ribs, and it did good. The only hitch I had was at the startup. I just filled up my basket with a bag of FOGO. FOGO's good stuff. It's lump charcoal. I just lit a tumbleweed starter and put it in the top, and it just took 50 minutes to an hour to get hot. It takes about an hour to get these big offset smokers. This is not a real big one. It's a 20 by 36, but it's 1/4 inch steel, and it takes a lot of heat, fire, in the firebox to radiate that through the metal and get it hot enough to really start cooking. This is an offset stick burner, so I'm not doing this to say you need to use your stick burner like this, because I love using splits. That's what it's designed to do, just to burn sticks of wood, and that's the way I like cooking. But this thing is to help you out to get some sleep. You can put your cook on. If you want to see an example of that, go watch Russ Jones at Smokey Ribs channel, and he'll show you how he did it, and it helped give him a few hours sleep while the GURU was maintaining the cooker through the night. Okay, with that said, when I did my test cook, I used the BBQ GURU DGQ DX3 with the Pit Viper fan. This is the smaller fan, which does a great job on kettles and WSMs and cookers of that size. But if you've got an offset or a larger cooker, you need the Pit Bull. I had ordered this, but it hadn't come in when I did that cook. Now, it worked okay off of the Pit Viper, but this is a little more CFM power, so I got it and I'm going to use it today. I think what I'm going to do first is light a fire like I normally do using the offset chimney of charcoal, and then lay 2 splits of wood in and get the cooker hot. Then I'm going to put my basket of FOGO in so we can get things rolling. It doesn't take but like 20 minutes with doing it that way to get this cooker hot. Okay, I'm going to stick this tumbleweed starter down here. I'm just going to set my basket in there over it. Okay guys, I got this Pit Bull fan I'm getting ready to plug into my GURU port. Pull out this little plug here. Keep a hold of it, don't lose it, because you need to put it back in. Then just take your fan and just put it in there. There we go. Ready to go. To speed up heating up this offset, I'm going to pour in a chimney of charcoal, and I'm going to put a split in there. There we go. We'll close this top and let that get caught and heat up this offset before I put the FOGO in the basket and start the GURU. I'll be back. In 10 minutes since I turned the camera off and lit that fire, and you see we're already to 235. So my advice, if you want to use this and use your lump charcoal in your charcoal basket, light your fire like you normally would for splits, a chimney of charcoal, then lay your log in there, and that'll get you there quick, and you won't have to wait. Because if you just light a basket full of lump, you're gonna have some wait time to get that big thing hot, and it's ready to go right now. So I'm gonna go get my meat. I can go ahead and close this door. I can close this door. I got good ventilation now, and I can close this to right about there. We got a good fire going. Since I put that new pipe on, I get a lot better air movement and capacity, and I'm very pleased with it. Okay, let's go get some meat. We've got 1 rack of ribs. I had 3 racks here a while back in November, I believe it was, yeah. And baby back ribs, they're already seasoned with the Flavorama rub, and this is some that my good friend David sent me. He's right over there in the Hartsville area, Lake Robinson. Thanks a lot, David. You thought I forgot about you. Well, actually, I did forget to mention it. I've already used it a few times, and but that's what I've got. The ribs and the chicken halves. I scratched a cock of chicken and then cut it in half. So y'all go check out David over at Cookin and Two Lookin. You sent it to me in a bag, but I found me a shaker to put it in, and that works good. I'll be using this some more. All right, let's see what we got here. I think this end of the pit is hotter, so I'm going to go on this end with the chicken. Give me a boy. See my cook set up. All right, let's close it down. Let that guru take over. Hear that pit bull running? There you go. So here's my Maverick XR50. It's showing 215 in the pit right now, and it's climbing. The meat internal's 50 over here. Over here we've got 216 on the pit and 43 on the food internal. So it takes a while for these to sync up, but they will sync up in about an hour. They'll be running real close. I think that's the way to go. If you're going to use the Guru on the offset, get your fire started like I showed you, put a log in it, get all that steel hot, and then remove that log. It'll just be burning on the bottom, and fill it up with your favorite lump charcoal, and I just happen to be using the FOGO. All right, and it's burning clean, as you can see. I'll check back with you in about an hour. Just an update. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this Guru with an offset. What I found out, a big tip on using the Guru with the offset, make sure you match amount of input air and the amount of output air exchange. If you leave that big 6-inch or 5-inch pipe damper wide open, what's going to happen is your pit viper fan, your Guru fan, is going to be blowing that air, and there's no restriction on it with that wide open. It'll blow it straight out the cooker, and you won't be able to build up any heat. And that's what was happening to me. I noticed I got up to about 200, 205, and it was just sitting there, and I knew something was wrong. So I came and fooled with the fire a little bit, opened the door, and then I finally figured it out. The Guru fan has got a damper on it, a slide. You can slide in and out, open and close that damper down. If you're using it on a small cooker, you don't need that much air exchange. Well, you need it wide open on these, on an offset. But if you have it wide open, it's not near, this right here would be about 25 times the size of that intake. So you have to close this down to match the CFM input versus output, so it won't blow all the heat right up out of that big pipe, and then it will hold that heat inside the cooker, and it will release enough air, the amount of air that it needs to blow through. And as you can see, no smoke. I've got lump charcoal in there, FOGO, and there's no smoke. That's the way you use it on one of these offsets. You have to figure this stuff out as you go. Trial and error, right? Okay guys, it's been an hour and 51 minutes. This thing is cooking good. It's at 260. I finally set it on 260, the pit temperature. And that Guru's got it dead on. You hear it cycling. It's cycling on and off, just perfect. I almost hate to open it, but I wanted to spritz it. Spritz the chicken, put some butter, some blue margarine. I call it blue margarine. Parquet margarine. Squirt on the chicken and some apple cider vinegar. On the ribs too. So let's do that. Let me move my camera. All right. I don't know what kind of view you have, but let me see if I can get us in there. Oh, I hate to open this thing. Well, it's looking good. First, I'm going to give this stuff a spritz with the apple cider vinegar. This is something my dad used to do with his chicken. Butter and apple cider vinegar. He had some good one too. You know what? I'm going to put some of this on these ribs. It's just one rack of ribs. This is... Alright. I just want to get that lid closed back. We've been cooking 2 hours and 33 minutes. And the chicken, according to the probe on the Maverick, says it's 165 in the breast. We're losing daylight because we got a big storm rolling in. I'm from the west. So I'm going to go ahead and sauce down the chicken. Not hot, but it's red looking. Got a little more of that in it. I'm going to hit this one more time with some apple cider vinegar and then turn it over, hit that side, and I'm going to put some sauce on these ribs already. We've got a bad storm coming, so I need to kind of rush them along. Old fan kicking on. And I'm going to sauce these ribs, and if I have to, I'll do the 3 flipper over on the what's the 3 flipper? Well, Lieutenant Dan over at Smokey Goodness taught me that. The good old 3 flipper is where you get your ribs done, sauce them up, and then put them over the direct coals and flip them 3 times. And just stay there with them now or they'll burn. Hey, here's what we got. We got some 2 chicken halves and a rack of baby back ribs. All looks good. They're looking good, but I want a little more sear on the chicken and maybe the ribs on the meat side. So let me get ready and I'll be right back. Let's get the chicken on there, tighten it up a little bit. Looks good on the back side. It won't take long for this. You know how chicken is. And I don't want to overdo it, that's for sure. Well, that's a hot fire down there. That's already, you know, making a mark. I know I need some lights, but we got some things planned before long to get a new setup. We'll have some lights. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. There we go. This is not going to be the tenderest ribs I've done, but it's going to be good. And I've used up all that sauce I had in that dish, so I'm not going to bother getting any more sauce on it. I sauced it twice. We won't leave it sitting there long. Dan, I don't think I'm going to get to the 3 flip. That's a hot fire of lump under there. So it might be the 1 flip. I'm not going to leave it long. Oh yeah, that looks good. It's good. Chicken halves and 1 little rack of baby back ribs. Let's slice them and see what they look like. Before I get started slicing on some of this meat, I'll just say it was a successful cook. It was more of a learning curve again. I had a test cook a couple of weeks ago, but I learned some other things in this cook, and I showed you that on the video. This was a 4.5 hour cook. Normally it doesn't take that long for me to do ribs, but I just hung in there with it. Using the Guru on the offset will work. It will work. And it will do the job. It's not my primary go-to, of course, I told you that. This is for really long cooks like brisket cooks to get you through the night. And Russ Jones, if you go watch his video, he'll show you he did just that. He started with wood, and when he got up to the, I don't know, 9 o'clock hour or whatever, he started his basket. Get your basket of lump going before you put it in there, or you'll lose some time there trying to get everything heated back up and back in sync. But you'll just have to try it a couple times. I mean, I can tell you, but you'll have to do it yourself. Now, a Guru is a great accessory to own as a pit master. But now, if you just have an offset, and if you've got the money to invest in it, it's worth it. But it'll be left up to you to make that decision. But it did the job, and on an all-night cook like a brisket, I'll be using it. So it's a good item to have. That's all I'll say about that. Let's look at this meat. All right, the chicken, it turned out great. Let's just cut this. Oh, look how nice that just comes apart. You know how it is when you cook chicken, the only thing that's holding it together is a little bit of skin. We'll cut a little bit of this breast. Oh yeah, that's nice and tender and juicy. Got a real good flavor. It's not over smoky. You know, chicken can get over smoky, but this one's not. It's got a good flavor. Want to try it, camera lady? She's ready. Okay, so we'll set that to the side, and I'm going to get this out of the way so we'll have room to slice these ribs. Let's flip them over and cut a few of them.
Beautiful.
Finally got them sliced up. Let's just take this one right here and go in. Boy, it's got some nice smoke in it. And I use that sauce that I used during New Year's at my sister's house. It's a third Piff Carolina sauce, a third Prosser's, a local sauce here, and a third Uncle Albert's with the red cap. Right off the bone. Tastes good. Okay guys, we're going to shut this video down and plate this food up, and hoping your new year has started out well. So that's my cook using the offset for the first time on video and the BBQ Guru. I was pleased with the performance. You just have to learn how it works and what makes it tick. And that takes using it a couple times on that cooker. That being said, I'll see you on the next one. So this is Phil and Florence.
And Janet and Florence.
She's there.
Yep.
We'll see you down the road.
Okay, go Tigers.
Hey, that's right. We got the big game coming up Monday. Today is Saturday, so
Monday.
In a couple of days,
Yep.
we got the big game. Go Tigers.
Yep. Clemson Tigers, that is.
Oh, that's right. And good luck. You know, may the best team win, right?
Right.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Okay, here's my plate. We've got the barbecue beans, the potato salad, the chicken, and the ribs. Baby back ribs. And some pickled beets. Let me get around here and show it to you from this side. I'm going to enjoy this.